blessings, salutations. Yarima Karama here with another segment, Real Life, Real Talk. These are the days of our lives. So I'm down here in the A, really enjoying myself. BPC Fest, Black Poetry Cafe, brilliant. Shout out to Mark Goggins for putting this event together. This is going on the 11th year now. He's put together a successful poetry event, and I'm just honored to be down here, honored that I was asked to come down here and perform for 2 days. So I'm really enjoying myself. But with that said, you know, I stay on top of the issues, and I always find it funny. I actually get a laugh out of it when white people try to tell black people about racism. But it's even a bigger laugh when it's a homosexual. I still call them, well, I won't say. Anyway, when it's a homosexual trying to tell black people about racism. So check this out. I find it quite funny, especially when you add especially when we talk about the body count from slavery on forward. White people, they never want to talk about that. They want to talk about present, but they never want to talk about what got us here in this situation in the first place. So check this out. This dude's for lack of a better term, a fucking clown. But check him out. He's getting the applause from the white audience too. So, and this is why I say we all we got, man.
Which Black Lives Matter definitely can't. Based on 2012 numbers, it would take 40 years worth of blacks killed by police to equal the total number of blacks murdered by other blacks in a single year. Right. Less than 400 people a year are killed by cops. 61% of them are white men. 32% of black males. Black men are not killed out of proportion when you consider they're much more likely to interact with police. People are killed by police about as often as they're struck by lightning, but I don't see many protests about storms. Black males are 58% of those killed legally by private citizens in self-defense. And you think, aha, we've got you on something. Except 75% of them were killed by other blacks. FBI statistics on murder lay bare the real threat to black lives in America, and that is other blacks. Black men are about 6.5% of the US population, but they commit 52% of all murders. That has dipped to about 40% in recent years. Black men overwhelmingly murder other black people, and white people overwhelmingly murder other white people. So just like abuse and harassment on the internet, this isn't really a racial issue like that isn't really a gendered issue. Looking at overall violent crime, blacks are 27% more likely to attack whites than vice versa, and 8 times more likely to attack Hispanics. This is the shocking number I hope you take away from my visit. 90% of blacks that die of murder die at the hands of other black people. That's from the FBI homicide report.
Okay, well, one truth that he did espouse in there, and I find it funny that you know, when it's convenient for whites to quote numbers and statistics, they like to come with the rhetoric then. But one thing that he did quote is that the majority of whites killed are killed by other whites. So, and notice that he didn't give a statistic on that, but he quite conveniently was able to give a statistic, a random statistic on blacks. I think he said 90%. What he didn't say is that that same statistic pretty much holds true in the white community. For white on white crime, it's like 85, 90%. So, but an even bigger issue is that what we have to pay attention to is the homosexual agenda that's being pushed right now. And so, which is why I am adamantly against the homosexual community trying to align their cause with the black community. Quite frankly, for lack of a better term and for lack of intellectual dialect here, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. At the end of the day, the plight that you have is totally different from our plight. Our plight has been one of death. It has been one of betrayal. It has been one of murder. It has been one of rape. And that's the whole premise, is that whites don't get it and probably never will get it, which is why I'm for us by us. It's time to, it's time to get past trying to explain it to them. And because we know the issue. they're not going to get it because they're trying to defend white skin privilege. So they're never going to get it because they don't want to get it. And they're going to always try to find means to justify their position, which is why I say F their position, let us do us, which means building, building our own infrastructure. At the end of the day, you can't trust people who have stole land to all of a sudden become righteous and say that they're wrong. So, and we all know that we're living on stolen land. So with that said, I just wanted to express that. And I want people to be aware, especially our younger generation, to be aware, when especially media, when they're trying to push an agenda, see, I don't care what he said because I already know. My thinking is, why are they putting him up here? Why are they giving him voice? That's the real reason, because they're trying to push an agenda. Fuck what he said. What he said is irrelevant. We know our plight. We know what goes on. We know how cops are out here killing and slaughtering black men. And we know that we got to a point. There was a point that led to where we are right now. It didn't just all of a sudden one day just happen. All of a sudden one day murders just started happening. No. There's been a domino effect that goes on. And unfortunately, what they don't talk about is that domino effect has been over 500 years in this particular country and the system that they have set up of white skin privilege. So with that said, again, I just wanted to, I'm down here enjoying Fest in the ATL, but I did, like I said, I stay on top of my game. I stay on top of the issues. And when issues come up, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put it out there so that we stay aware. This is what they think about us. I think there was another feed that came across my feed earlier talking about the owner, or I don't know if it's the CEO or what, but you can look it up from Chick-fil-A or whatever that company is, says, yeah, I think they were mocking Donald Trump and saying, yeah, we don't like the blacks either. Quite frankly, I've never spent money with them and was never going to anyway, but now definitely not. And so if you're spending money with them, first of all, research and see the statement for yourself. And then if you go and just decide to spend money with them, well, you're the sucker. So with that said, my name is Yurima Karama. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also go to my webpage, www.yurimakarama.com. You can go there for my booking information. You can go there to message me, talk about any subjects you want me to touch on, as well as go there to find out my performance dates and locations. So also check out my new album. It will be on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, CD, Baby, Bandcamp very soon, called Contradictions in Love and Pain. It's my first poetry album out, and I have a new album coming out next month entitled Up From the Trenches Out of the Tombs, and that's an 18-track CD that will be out. All bangers. So with that said, Yurima Karama here again. Real life, real talk. These are the days of our lives sounding off. Peace, blessings, salutations. One, I'm out.